Yo, what's up, peace, man? It's your boy King, NBA 2K19. Uh, there's a lot of things about this game, man, and this series is headed in a situation where it just you can tell that it's headed in a direction of arcade. That's why I like some of the stuff that's happening. Like, look at these moves that's used to create space. Like, look at a fadeaway like this. Now, I don't know if I'm just nitpicking or what, man, but this fadeaway dude to me just looks very odd, man. It creates so much space to the point to where it's just super unrealistic. This dude is stepping out to the elbow, fading away almost to the 3 point line. That takes up so much space on the court, dude. It's ridiculous, man. Like, to create that much space on a fadeaway, it's just so over exaggerated. And maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I watch basketball, I've played basketball my entire life, man. People don't do shit like this. Kevin Durant doesn't even create this kind of space on a damn fadeaway. This is a fade. First of all, doing a fadeaway like this. I don't even want to really go into that, but it's just come on. Like this is too much, man. And then people wonder why court spacing is off. Is because they just over exaggerate every fucking animation on the game, like crossovers, dribble moves. You're bouncing from part of the court to part of the court, man. It's so ridiculous. Like you're bouncing from here to here to here to here for dribble moves and stuff. Like that's not realistic. People don't do stuff like that. And that's taking up so much space on the damn court. Now you wonder why ain't got no room to operate is because now you got these hesitations, these step backs, these fadeaways that's taking up so much space on the court. It's ridiculous, man. You know, this game, I don't really want to say this game is bad, man, but it just could be so much better. It just so many issues with it, with translation and difficulty. This is actually really far down on what the real issues of the game is. But it's still like, come on, man. Like this game is, and I understand why a lot of people say this game is trash because, you know, I mean, if I'm objectively speaking, like, I mean, it is not really a good game. Like I'll play it, because I like basketball. Like I'm always looking for a basketball game, to play. Um, around basketball season, you know, and throughout really, I'm just looking for a basketball game to play. I just keep it a book. But it's like, if somebody was to say this game was trash, if the people who do say this game trash, like, it's not, it's not out of the ballpark, because it is pretty close to being a trash game. Like it has some redeeming qualities, man. But this game came out and it was decent, and through patching and stuff, it got a little worse. But really, this is just not a very good iteration of 2K, man. It's and it's confusing because with some tweaks, it could go from being not a very good iteration to one of the best iterations that's out. It's just too much catering to the community, the casual community. That's all of this noise on Twitter and doing all these polls about shooting and stuff and how dribbling should be. Like, those motherfuckers don't care about no damn basketball, man. Like, and I don't even mean to be like that towards, but they don't. They don't give a shit about no damn basketball. They want to get on the park and they want to wiggle the stick and they want to get success. They don't give a shit about basketball. This is the reason why this series is going in the fucking crapper, is because the casuals got their hands on it. Once this game started getting mainstream attention, this is when it started to really go downhill. Is because, like, now you have to cater to people because now the majority is the casual. See, it wasn't always like that. Before it used to be, you knew the spots that you were in, right? Okay, so NBA Live. And that's another thing with NBA Live. NBA Live is wondering why NBA Live is failing. It's because it's trying to be something that it never was. It was never a simulation basketball game. It was an arcade basketball game. It wasn't. It was that arcade basketball game that was in between. It wasn't quite the level at all of NBA Street, but it was just it had a fun factor to it, to where it was like, okay, this is No, this we're not gonna try to be too realistic. And 2K took the opposite. 2K to always try to make their games as realistic as possible, and this is why people came over to NBA 2K. Who were looking for that experience, and they built their fan base that way. And then one day they just decided, when they took the reins, the casuals, they gained a large following from casual fans, and they don't give a shit about basketball. They don't give a shit about the basketball in its purest form. Like I said, all they want to do is get on the damn joystick and wiggle the stick around and get success. They don't know shit about shooting metrics. They don't know shit about what shots need to. They don't know shit about what defense is. They don't give a shit about what it is. To do what it means to be able to do some of the shit that they're doing with these players on this court. You know what I'm saying? All they know is Steph Curry. I'm finna take Steph Curry. I'm finna shoot. I'm finna take LeBron. Take Giannis. I'm finna run in the lane. They don't know what it means to be able to do that. And they don't. And because they don't know shit like that, they most certainly not gonna know what needs to be tuned. Like Mike Wang needs to stop fucking getting on Twitter and asking, these fucking dudes who don't know shit about basketball what needs to be tweaked in the game. Why would you ask somebody who don't know what the fuck they talking about basketball how should we tweak shooting? Like, ask Scott OG how to tweak shooting. He was the one played pro ball overseas. Ask him. Like, damn, like, stop going to casuals. They will fall in line, okay? They like 2K because they play Park on 2K. You know what I mean? Like, they'll fall in line because it's already a place for the casuals. Like, stop doing shit that's gonna fuck with the game, the core gameplay experience for a guy who's trying to get a simulator. It's like, it's just, what's the point now, man? Like, I upload these videos and I'm gonna keep uploading these videos, man. But it's just like a lot of the times just feel fucking pointless, man. Like, stop it. Like, damn, dude. Like, that was one of the worst things that could have happened to 2K as far as like a game from a gameplay standpoint. Financial is the reason why it's gonna continue to do the things that it's doing, because it's doing very well financially. But gameplay wise, this shit is not a good game. This shit has not been a good 2K for a long time. And it's just because it strays farther and farther away from the game of basketball. Every fucking year it's farther and farther away from the game of basketball. It's like they just don't fucking care. You have some good dudes in there. You have Scott OG, Mike Wang, Bizarre. I know those guys care, but a lot of this shit is above them, man. It's just like in 2K 2015 was the worst fucking year. Because you bring out some shit like you want to bring out a goddamn shot meter, which greens are 100%. It's just, that was the beginning of the end in my opinion. That was the beginning of the end, dude. Now they've been struggling to get shooting right just for years now. Makes no fucking sense, dude. And that's what you get for paying attention to those damn casuals that don't know shit about the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous, man. Like, it's just, this shit it gets frustrating because you watch basketball, you play basketball, then all you want to play a basketball game. You want to play some basketball. And then none of the games are really up to snuff to where you can play them and be like, you know what? This is a good experience. None of this. Like, it's ridiculous, man. This, like I said, this is a minor issue minor pet peeve that I have with this game, but it just stands out because there's just so much other shit in this game that's like, it's like, oh, this too. It's one of those things. It just stands out. It's ridiculous though, man. But a lot of, like I said, man, this is a lot of shit. Like with the way they've been handling these games, man. They put out these half-ass products, and then actually it's been the opposite. They put out a good product, and then they patch it to death, and because casuals can't fucking hang. Like, that's all they're gonna do is like I said, there's nothing wrong with being a casual, but I have an issue when there's something that I'm trying to play or do, and this is really just a way of really consumerism. Actually, it's just anytime something gets mainstream, it gets, I guess you could say, dumbed down. It happens with music, it happens with TV, it happens with all. It just, once you reach a larger audience, the 9 times out of 10 of the cheerleader audience is gonna be, a casual audience, because first of all, the people, if you want to blow up and be successful in an industry like this, then you have to capture the casuals' attention. So I'm not mad at 2K for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at this. It's just, it's frustrating. Now it's just frustrating because we don't have a place. The guys who like to play simulation basketball, we used to be able to, but now we don't have a place. We're not even. I'm not asking for the game to be perfect, man. I'm just asking for it to make fucking sense. Like, have things in the game that worked before. You have screens. Fucking screens don't fucking work because they're calling moving screens randomly. Illegal screens are just completely random, and I mentioned that in another video. But it's completely random. You know, it doesn't matter if you're moving. It doesn't matter if you're not moving. You know, they call those randomly. You know, charging fouls, another thing. They call charging fouls randomly. They don't actually even call them in this game. Along with shooting fouls, they barely even call shooting fouls in this game. Like, what kind of half-ass shit is that where you don't call shooting fouls on the three-point line? They used to call them. They used to call them when they needed to be called. They used to call charging fouls when they needed to be called. So how is that this is supposed to be a next gen experience, but it's regressed so much? You know, it's come a long way in its aesthetics, but on its at the core foundation of everything, no, it's regressed a lot. You know, there's things in this game that's just that's missing that the old games had, and I'm talking about gameplay things, man. You know, like you don't even have, like it's ridiculous. Like it's a lot of signature in this game. I get that. You know, a lot of aesthetically pleasing stuff in this game. But as far as like substance for basketball, no, doesn't have it. It doesn't have it, man. You know, screen and roll and stuff like that. Like nobody fucking like how don't you have help defense correct in this game? How the fuck do you have a basketball game? How do you have a fucking basketball game that the main means of how you play defense in the game today is rotations, and it doesn't even work properly. It's not reliable. This is the reason why my career sucks. This is the reason why playing position lock sucks. It's because you can't rely on the AI to do shit because they don't rotate right. They bring the initial help guy from fuck all around the land, and you know, and then the replacement guy never fucking comes and he don't know what the fuck is going on. So you beating the defense or you getting beat by the defense with one pass so often it's ridiculous. You know, this shit is trash. You know, I can't even like really stunt. Like it's trash. Like this is it's not as a basketball game. I guess it's decent, but as a simulation basketball game, it's trash. It's just missing too many elements of the game. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people gonna try to say like, oh man, it's not. No, it had help defense right. It had help defense correct in NBA 2K11. NBA 2K12 had it too. You know, it had this stuff right. Help defensive rotations were done correctly. You know, for the most part, they weren't perfect, but this is just garbage. They're garbage. You can't. Most times you won't. They just won't rotate the right way. That's the reason why the screen roll, like they have to resort to methods that aren't even realistic to guard the screen and roll. They have to like read a input and then slide over a screen and then knock the ball loose. You know, they have to do shit like that in order to defend the screen and roll because they can't do it in such a way because the AI is just dumb. It's dumb. At least on defense, it's silly. And then this is half a game. Like everything is worked up really good on the offensive side of the ball, but then the defense, you don't get no tools really on the defensive side. That's something that they said that they would implement. Oh, we're gonna try to even. No, it's not even. You look at all the V cuts and the dashes and the nice little swim moves that the offense got when it comes to getting open through these offensive sets that's run and coming off flare screens and stuff like that. But the defense, you can't do none of that shit. You don't have no tools to get around none of these screens like you're supposed to. That's if you're not getting caught in one from like 10 fucking feet away. You know, you don't have any control over that. But also you don't have any tools to keep up with somebody like Steph Curry or any type of shooter that's sitting here zigzagging and doing all the stuff that he should be doing because that's realistic. But then you don't have the tools to keep up with it as the defense. This is the number one reason why you know this is the number one indicator that this game is just headed in just super casual direction. Is when you pay much more attention to the offensive side of the ball than you do the defense. There's only one aspect of defense in this game, and it's done incorrectly, and that's the on-ball defense. The on-ball defense is super tight in this fucking game, and I just think that's super tight just because they know to help defense rotations are just so fucking bad that you have to use that as a band-aid so people won't beat the defense too much. Because you drive to the rim, you beat the defense here, you drive to the rim, you beating the defense with one pass. That's just it. That's all. You either scoring or you beating the defense with one pass. It is a complete joke, and it's not simulation. It's not simulation. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, dude. This fucking game, man. This series is it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's because, like I said, the fucking casuals sunk their teeth into it, and they not gonna stick around. You know, when the fucking game ain't good, is not deemed good enough, they're just gonna move on and go play something else. You know what I mean? I know so many people who play this game never step the fucking foot outside to play basketball. Never step the fucking foot outside to play basketball, but don't even really watch basketball. Watch Sports Center highlights. You know, they play 2K though. You know, this is what this game is becoming. It's becoming for them because they have the loudest voice. You know, so I'm not gonna sit here too long and rant about this shit, man. But it's just ridiculous, man. I don't even really know what to say about this series anymore. You know what I mean? Like, fucking Hall of Fame. You know, I don't even understand why this difficulty mode has not been like revamped yet. It's not a good difficulty mode, okay? Like, I'm just keep it a bug. It's not Hall of Fame is not a good difficulty level. Like, who wants to play some shit that they're blatantly being cheated for a challenge? That's no good. People would much more appreciate playing if you work and develop your fucking AI to where it can keep up in a competent way. It can keep up and it can make competent decisions, which I know is not going to be easy, but we fucking pay you money to do the hard things. We pay you money. That's all I'm asking. Is fucking try, man. Like, a lot of the problems that's going on with this game, it just seems like you just didn't try. But anyway, man, peace out, peace, man. It's Boy King. Later.